your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, Entertainment? So I'm coming out with another video. We talking Baddies Caribbean. It's your boy Pierre. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think about this video, okay? Mind y'all, we got 2 episodes this week. Thank you, Lemmy Pepper, for doing this and doing us this service. Because if I were to get this episode dragged out into 2 and have to watch the rest of that combo as of next week, I would be really irritated. So thank you, Lemmy Pepper, for making that executive decision, because it was the right decision to make, okay? You did that. You ate that, okay? Thank you, Lemmy Pepper. Now, the episode starts off with, before even the episode starts off with, that preview of last season was not needed. That just went off last week. Not even. So we didn't need a recap of something we literally saw a week ago. The whole season. You would have thought they've been gone for like 2 months and giving us a recap. We just seen it. We just seen the reunion. That was the recap of the season. Y'all didn't even need a recap. Y'all could have just started with the post for me. No tummy. Period. Y'all could have just started off with that, okay? So Natalie's, getting out of her black truck, walking into the PJ. She's looking her best as a baddie. Her confessional was given executive baddie, okay? Chief executive baddie. That's the new position, CFB, right? So she, in her confessional, is saying if any baddie were to try her this season, she's going to pack their bags herself personally and get them up out of there. I said, is that so, Natalie? You know damn well you wouldn't do that, okay? You would have had somebody else to do it for you, okay? But we're going to let you keep living it up, okay, Natalie? Now paying your taxes, like Jocelyn said, okay? Now, Scotty does her intro, and she says, I give all the things that the girls need. I'm back. It's Scotty Too Hottie with the body. Don't forget about the body. We'll never forget about the body now, Scotty, okay? Well, Lemmy Pepper's body. Now, she says, I gives what it gives. I gives fashion cunty on the screen. Now, Scotty's fashions sometimes impress me more than her. Okay? More than anything she usually does. But you did a fashion faux pas, Scotty. Because that Reba McEntire wig, you need to burn that immediately. That was horrible. I don't know what it was. It literally looked like Scotty got up and said, and put the hair behind her ear. Bitch, move over, Janisha. We got a new baddie. Her name is Reba, okay? And she's coming down to not only rap this season, she's coming to play a little country, okay? That wig looked dreadful, Scotty. And Scotty usually, she looks good in most of her confessionals. So it's like, that wig to me, it was just like, wow. I wasn't a fan. It aged Scotty. It made you look a little up there in age, Scotty. Burn it, please. Okay? I thought Reba gonna see you a cease and desist. I'm telling you, expect it on your desk first thing in the morning. Now, Jayla's back, and she said that we should expect this season the true essence of Jayla Mina, aka you gonna see me all white. Okay, that's the true essence of Jayla Mina. We're gonna see her all white. We're gonna see her make long speeches. We're gonna see her give us long, drawn out sentences. That's the true essence of Jayla Mina. Okay. Now Anna Mac is back, and let me tell y'all, that hair in that confessional with the little butterflies, whatever that is, I think it was bows, whatever that is. Okay. Biggie is also back, which she shouldn't have been back. Y'all know how I feel about that. Biggie should have took this season off completely. We're sick of seeing her back to back to back. You see how Rolly took a half season off? You should have did that, Biggie. Maybe he came at the end. Because now the fans is going to really turn on you. And in her confessional, she looked great as well. And she had a lot of bows on. Natalie, let me find out you trying to like aim for a baddies team baddies, because we gonna see you to the gulag, because every single confessional I'm seeing bows, colorful bows, hair school bows. Like, is that the aesthetic y'all trying to go for? Because y'all trying to aim for baddies teens? I'm wondering what we really doing here. Okay? Because like JoJo Siwa, like the bitch don't know what to do at this point. Because y'all is really taking her gig. So Tasiki does her intro. And it's basically talking about, oh, if we need like a teeth collector, we could hit her up. I guess it was cute and all, but it's like, Tasiki, you're a little bit too old to be talking to her like that. Like, it'd be cute if it was like somebody in their 20s talking about, oh, collecting teeth. It's like, you up there age, you talk about collecting teeth and all that. Like, I just don't feel like her win with Diamond is like a big W. Because it's not like Diamond's the best fighter out here. Now, if she collected Ivory's teeth, you got, I'm bowing down to you. But it's like, it's Diamond. Like, Diamond more wrestles more than anything. Okay? Rolly does her intro next. That confessional look with that brown hair was the best confessional look of the night. I don't care what nobody says. That light brown hair, that's the best I ever see Rolly look. She ate. No crumbs. Just ate. Rolly being back though, why? This is Rolly's like fifth season, to be honest, and we're seeing some of these girls way too freaking much. They're coming back to back. When it's like they sometimes need a little bit of a break. But she did look really, really good. Okay. So the girls are all on the PJ. They're like, Daddy shot a clock. Woo! They're cheersing, being all happy. Okay. Getting ready for the Baddies tour. Okay. So they start talking about Toothgate. Tasiki says that she felt like DTV was sort of cyberbullying her. I would say cyberbullying is a little bit of a stretch. Like, yeah, that's a little bit of a stretch, but I guess. Okay. Now, Rolly is mad at DTB because she says she talked about her kid. Let's specify talking about somebody's kid. If I say your son Johnny be selling powdered donuts in the corner and he a bum, I'm talking about your kid. If I say go take care of your kids, go play with your kids, leave me alone. Play with your punani and your kids, don't play with me. I'm not talking about your kids. I'm talking about you and what you need to do. There's a difference. I hate when people do that. It's a little irritating to me because it's like you asking for an issue that doesn't even exist. Those two are not the same. But y'all gotta understand, this was around the time when the weed video dropped, when Rolly's son was smoking some of that ganja, okay? Ganja burns. Yeah, that nigga was smoking some of that ganja burns with Rolly, which Rolly to me is not the smartest cookie in the jar, because it's one thing to do that, but to post it on social media is crazy. You shouldn't have allowed your son or her, however that video got out there, it shouldn't have got out there. If you're gonna do something like that, do it in privacy. Why would y'all? How would that even end up on the internet? That's the problem nowadays. Like, everything just gotta end up on the internet. Okay? And now look. So that's why I think Rolly felt more of a way about the DTB thing, because they started beefing and she said, go play with your kids, don't play with me, around the time that the ganja video came out with her son smoking ganja with her, which I don't agree with, because that boy not even an adult yet, but that's besides the point. So Natalie is like, so guys, we're going to Oklahoma. So you guys are probably wondering, why are we going to Oklahoma? It's not in the Midwest. So, it's like family over everything, right? Tasiki, family, right? Yeah. Family. Family over everything. We're going to see Krishan rock. Okay? Krishan is out, and like, she called me and she's like, so like, Natalie, I heard the baddies are back. I want to get to the bag. I just got out of jail. I'm a little broke. You feel me? I need some money. So, like, if you ever want to link up, if you ever want to come and see me and the baddies, like, you can do that. One thing about that Natalie, she gonna add a little razzle dazzle. Cause you know damn well Rock ain't say all that, right? Like, you just adding stuff in the mix. She ain't say all that. Don't get me wrong. I think Rock did need the check. Don't get it confused. But do I think she was like begging and itching to be back? No. Because one, she can't even travel nowhere. She's stuck in Oklahoma for legal purposes. So she wouldn't even be dumb enough to even ask her, can I go with you on tour or nothing crazy like that? Because she can't move. Now, do I think they hit her up and she quickly said yes? Or she probably asked one time and they started following up with her because they needed her and they wanted her on there? Yes. That I agree with. Okay? So after that, she tells Tasiki, she's like, so since we're going to Oklahoma, Tasiki, like, I don't know if you want to talk to your sister, but like, I think you should, right? So Tasiki looks shocked, right? She's like, but I feel like they told her that, because from what I was told, they told her that she was going to have to sit down and talk to Rob, but they just didn't tell her when. So that's why her reaction looked real, because it gagged her, because she didn't think they was going to start off the season like that. She thought it was probably going to be a little bit later on. So she knew about it, but just didn't know when. Because clearly both of them would have had to agree to sit down with each other before they wasted a plane and a PJ ticket to OKC without Tasiki agreeing to it. Because if she said no, they wouldn't have flew down there. Maybe they would have, though, still, just to get an update from Rock and try to make it seem like Tasiki would sit down with her, but they ended up not sitting down with her. But I think Lemmy Pepper would have preferred the latter, of course, because duh, we want the ratings and we want y'all to talk about what happened when I was children. Okay. Now I don't think this sit down should have happened to Zeus, but we ain't there yet. Okay. Now Tasiki starts to basically cry, say she never fought Rock before she got on TV. And she sort of feels emotional that this is gonna be the first time she gonna be sitting down with her in like a minute. So the girls all arrived to OKC in pitch black. And then the girls ended up having dinner with Rock. It was the gospel interest for me, bitch. Y'all might as well have played Take Me to the Game. I don't have much to bring. My baddie chain is my offering. That's my offering. You might as well have played that. It was and she came in and wearing all white, pushing the stroller. I said, I know you lying, Zeus. Y'all get a little bit more dramatic with the edits, but I'm cool sort of living for it because it was funny. She comes in, they're like, oh my God, Rock. Oh my God. I know what Vicky is somewhere sitting there like, they're crazy. Like, y'all like would play with me and God, but like Krishan could play with God and play with the sanctity of being a family with God, but I can't pray and get a message of the Lord, but then y'all let Krishan do it. Like, that's what you call a hypocrite. Like, I know Wo Vicky is very upset watching this, because this is all Wo Vicky tried to do, is spread the message of the Lord, okay? In a positive way. But you guys ridiculed her and you guys stuck dogs like Marsh and Jay on her when she tried to do the good thing, okay? The positive thing. But Krishan took the gig from her. Damn. So they start catching up with Rock and the baby and stuff. Krishan's like, I don't smoke and drink no more. I feel very pure and light and stuff. Natalie don't believe it. I don't believe it either, but I don't think that she's drinking as heavily as she was before. That is what I think is the difference. I don't think Rock is out here like she used to. I think she take a little sip, but she don't do it like that. And I don't think she smokes as much either. But Krishan, you were smoking and drinking preggers. We've all seen it. So they start talking about Krishan's growth. She starts getting emotional. Jayla's just like, so like I I think that like you have grown so much as a woman to see you birth a child out of your vaginal cavity has been like the strongest thing that I've seen you do besides knocking persuasion in that sink. And it's something so glorious to show you as a woman that you've grown at the essence of time that you have. And it's just like, it's just so beautiful. Y'all know how Jayla gonna do. She gonna give us a moment. She starts getting emotional. She starts crying. Y'all know her and Rock were pretty tight on Baddies South, so I was surprised at that. I will say though, let me tell y'all, a lot of y'all don't clock T. Jayla don't like Tasiki. Jayla, I think, is more on Krishan's side than anything, but she knows that Tasiki's an eater, so she don't want them issues. Sorry, Jayla. I clocked it for you. I think Jayla is on Krishan's side. I think she believes Krishan, and I think she sees through Tasiki. BS. That's what I think. So, case in point, look how Jayla looks at Tasiki on the red carpet of the premiere.
Stop this shit. Stop this shit. And y'all post that shit. Lock it. That's right. I'm gonna say this. Stop playing. And then that got lock it. She's a real one. My ass out. Sorry.
I feel like in my mind, I think Jayla feels away, but she's not gonna voice it, at least as of yet. Okay. So they start talking about, each other, whatever, after they start getting into a rock. And Krishan throws a little bit of shade. She goes, Natalie, are you still married? Natalie's like, yeah, I'm still married. She's like, happily? Let me tell you something. Natalie, you're going to have to learn to throw shade, and you're going to have to learn to throw it back. Because you should have been like, oh, yeah. And are you still with Blueface? Is he in jail? Oh, okay. I thought so. Uh-huh. That's what you really should have said back, Natalie, and gagged out of Krishan. Because she gagged you. I'm not going to lie. Like, you let her gag you on your own show. I would have had them cut that out. Because how dare you? Okay? So they start talking about the cast and each individual girl. And it's funny because Krishan is really the whistleblower of Krishan, of Natalie and Curtis's affair. She's the whistleblower. She was the one that really insinuated that some things was going on between the two. The girls that know and the girls that remember. Now they start introducing the new cast. We got Big Ivory. Okay, she does her intro. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all that don't watch Now That TV, I haven't seen the growth of Big Ivory. She has went from Anneli Choppa to Irvin to Ivory to now Big Ivory. So it's like we've really seen the transition that Anneli has done. And now that Anneli is a huge supporter of the LGBTQ community, Anneli has also decided to transition, and in that course became a baddie. So it's like you can't help but to be proud of her. Anyways, I am happy to see her on there though, because that Ivory is gonna start up some ish. She might get on my nerves, but she does know how to get some conversations going. Now we get Big Lex, not the little one. She should have renamed herself Big Lex, the tall one. That would have made a lot more sense instead of Big Lex, not the little one. Bitch, we know you're not the little one. You can't be the little one. Okay? You ain't even got to include that. You could have just said Big Lex, the tall one. That would have made a lot more sense. Now we have Yoshi. Yoshi was the only girl that was really smart in her intro because she let us know what she does. She raps, she says. Yoshi looks so small. It gave like a little girl who snuck in the Zeus headquarters and was doing a confessional. I'm like, this girl was this small. And they in the trailer look like they tear her out the frame every 2 seconds. It's horrible. Okay. Emma is the next baddie, and not gonna lie, she gives you very much Teen Mom vibes. She gives very much Teen Mom, 16 and pregnant era. Okay, Love Island aesthetic. Next, we have Pretty P. Now, she gives you very much Bell Collective, Love and Hip Hop, that type of vibe. Okay. Next, we have Summer. My name is Summer, and I'm a baddie, and it's because I rocked that and I'm from Detroit, nigga. Yeah. Now you know this bitch have been scrapping because she ain't got her whole voice. Like her whole voice just gone. Like she's smoking a pack of Newports. Like just over it. Now, Summer, this girl, Summer no other. Okay? Summer none other is the name. I'm so sick of these nicknames already. Just call it Summer. Summertime. All right? She said none other, like she's competing with other seasons. Like fall is on the way, bitch, or winter is coming. Like, girl, just call yourself Summer. It's not that serious. Y'all know she's gonna be causing a whole lot of drama and controversy this season because she looks like she's the girl that a lot of the baddies are getting into it with. So this was, of course, perfect casting, and she was the one who tore Mariah out the frame at that damn auditions. So that was smarter than to put her on the show. We also get told Tinka and Diamond the Body are back. Diamond the Body is back, and I think those are the right choices to make. Let me tell y'all something. DTB's confessional. The fact that Tasiki adjusted DTB's whole speech pattern, like Diamond's lisp increased. Like, I'm surprised she wasn't talking like the girl off of Zoe 101. Y'all know the girl who used to talk and spit all the time. She'd be like, Sherry, what are you doing, Sherry? Come on, Sherry. Give me this, Sherry. Chase. Come on, Chase. I thought Diamond was going to be start talking like that. Like, she was like 2 seconds from starting to talk like that. I said, oh my God. Oh. It's like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm sorry. I couldn't be Diamond because I can't, I wouldn't be able to forgive you because you adjusted my speech pattern. I already had a list and you made it worse. Okay. Now we start to talk about the celebrity cast. We have Akbar V, Jane Alexis. Akbar V introduces herself as the Queen of Atlanta. Okay. Clearly, she hasn't grown from that position because she's been claiming she's the Queen of Atlanta since she hopped on Love and Hip Hop and Samo ish. Okay. Jada Alexis is like, hello, mother. Okay. And I'm like, oh, that was the look. Hey, not gonna lie, that was gay. Okay. Now she says she's Blueface BM and she's here to show that she's more than Blueface's BM. Now Rock doesn't throw shade at Jaden, which you really can't because y'all in the same boat, babe. Like both of you guys are BMs of the same nigga. So it's like you can't say too much. So Natalie thought that Jaden and freaking Tasiki would have beef, which I don't know how she would think that because her and Rock are not close. So why would she have beef with the other baby mom when she don't even talk to Rock, which is the other baby mom? Like that wasn't smart. That didn't make no goddamn sense. So they sort of mentioned Rock says that, oh no, unless she sort of rides the coattails of having a beef with that or something to that effect. Scotty didn't know what the word coattails meant. You would have thought Scotty heard the word cocktails, bitch. That's what she heard. She heard cocktails. That's what she got up so quickly and got a drink and confused it for the word coattails. Let me tell y'all, like I said, Scotty never ceases to amaze me. She never does. Okay? She couldn't spell psycho, and now she doesn't know what the word coattails means. Ooh. And then we get to the infamous sit down. So this sit down, there's a lot to talk about. Okay, so Tasiki arrives and the sister Chastity immediately starts to break down. She's like turned back to the camera. She's crying. She's breaking down. And Tasiki's sort of calming her down, basically telling her to stop crying. She grabs the baby. First of all, Tasiki, Chastity, and Krishan, they all sound alike. So you got to really pay attention to who's talking at once because they all sound the same, right? And Tasiki is basically telling her, don't cry. Chastity's like, oh, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Okay. Now, Tasiki ended up joining the dinner. All the girls had already left. And Natalie's just sitting there looking in judgment because she like, thank God I ain't got nothing to do with this. She ends up leaving, right? So Tasiki immediately sits down Krishan at one point ended up hugging her. And before they could even start, Tasiki's like, oh, like, I know we get into it and stuff, but I would never call my sister the R word. Tasiki wanted an apology, I feel like, immediately for all the stuff that Rock said online. This is where Zeus messed up. Y'all should have facilitated the conversation a lot better. There should have been a mutual third party there in the middle, a licensed therapist that's licensed in family trauma and family abuse. There should have been somebody in the middle that's impartial that don't know Krishan or Tasiki. Tay shouldn't have been there, and Chastity shouldn't have been there. I don't know why the hell Chastity came, because she didn't help with anything. She literally just sat there in the middle, awkward, crying, and uncomfortable, which I don't blame her for being all of that, but it's like it didn't make the situation any better. In my opinion, I feel like Tasiki came there to clear her name from the public humiliation, while Rock thought they would iron every issue out, because she said that only to anger and embarrass Tasiki. Although I feel like there's some truth to it, I feel like she only said that to sort of embarrass Tasiki at the moment when she said it online. Now, this is what I feel like with the conversation. I feel like Tasiki was trying to bait Rock into saying the words, I was the M word. Y'all know what the M word start with. M-O. I feel like she was trying to bait Rock into saying that word so she could pursue legal action towards her. Because if she's alluding to it and not saying those specific words, I feel like it's going to be a little bit harder for her to say and to pursue some legal action with her saying those words. So she was trying to, I feel like, have her say it on Zeus cameras. And Rock, to me, is so jealous of Tasiki. When she said constantly in that conversation, she brought her to Zeus. She brought her to Zeus. She brought her to Zeus. To me, shows me she resents Tasiki for being now a big name and popular as she is. I feel like she's jealous of the fact that she knows how to sing. She knows how to like make music well. I think that bothers the hell out of Rock, because Rock was supposed to be the star of the family, and Tasiki ended up emerging as another one too, and she felt like it should have just been her. It's clear as day, because if you're not jealous or feel away, you're not going to constantly bring that up about your sister. It's obvious. Now let's talk about the jumping. This is where Rock lost me. You did get that girl jumped. And this is why I say both girls to me are liars. I think Tasiki's a liar, and I think Rock is a liar. I think both of them just lie. Because you did get that girl jumped, Rock. And don't act like you didn't. And Tasiki, you did destroy them GoPros. Because my whole thing is the Malone family lacks telling the truth. Because the fact that I feel like she destroyed the GoPros, because apparently she broke them and threw them in the bushes and destroyed them because she didn't want the footage putting out there. Because if they had the footage and she gave the GoPros to them, why would they not air it? Especially so we could see who's telling the truth. And they air Tommy putting out that BB. Y'all think they're not going to air somebody getting jumped over somebody putting out a BB? A BB is more extreme than a jumping. We done seen people get jumped on TV since the end of time. So it wouldn't have been nothing different or salacious if they had the footage. It's because it was destroyed. This is what I say, where like I feel like Tasiki's a liar and I think Krishan's a liar too, because they just both lie about stupid stuff that we obviously catch them in. I just don't get it. In Rock, for you to act like you didn't get that girl jumped as if we're like Stevie Wonder, it don't make no sense to me. Now, they end up taking a beat because of that poor baby, that poor Junior. Now, Tasiki mentions Smiley was like jumping her also in that whole situation, which I still don't believe that, because it doesn't make sense, because Smiley didn't know none of them like that to even pick a side to jump in. So that to me doesn't make any sense. And that to me is another lie I feel like is being told. When Tasiki said, I feel like you have a hard time not remembering stuff, I feel like that sort of trigger Rock. So that's what she sort of brought up. You made me eat your punani at 7. Okay? That's where Tasiki started to accent, repeat what you said, repeat what you said, repeat what you said. Rock was walking around with that baby because she was scared of Tasiki. There's like, she was scared. What Rock said on Baddies South, just say you're scared, bro. You were scared. Okay? She used that baby as a shield because she didn't want Tasiki to park her. This is why I say Zeus facilitated the conversation wrong, because It should have been those two there, a big ass table. I'm talking about my wife style, one person on one end, one person on another, like 9-foot table, one that can't be lifted because both of them bitches is brolic. Let's keep it back. It should have been somebody in the middle, and the baby should not have been held by Krishan the whole time. Period, point blank. That's why this conversation was pointless. Okay, the way Rock was acting cold and immature, it just became pointless because you no longer want a relationship with Tasiki at all. So I even agreed to the conversation because while she was trying to explain herself, Rock wasn't trying to hear it. Like I said, I feel like Tasiki came to clear her name, and Rock came because the check cleared. They both came for different clearances. The check clearing for Rock and Tasiki to clear her name. She thought Rock was gonna say, "I'm sorry, that never happened. I apologize." But Rock gagged her because she basically said it did happen, and I'm not apologizing. And I think that angered the out of Tasiki. Now that Sister Chastity, I side-eye for multiple reasons. Because what was your reason to be there if you were just going to be quiet? Although I understand you being uncomfortable or not, I feel like she didn't try to mediate the situation as much as she should have, to be honest. But I think it's because of a lot of reasons. I feel like she knows a lot of things that were being said at that table was the truth, but she's scared to speak out about it because she doesn't want to seem like she's picking a side. Now, Tasiki ends up bringing the fact that the night of when they were getting jumped, that Krishan was drunk. Now, Krishan denies this. Krishan, you lie, and you lie. Girl, you was drunk and high in a cooler brown the whole time you was spilling Baddies East, okay? I know this for a fact because I know somebody that was there that told me that. They told me they had to take the bottle. You was smoking weed and some other shit, allegedly. I'm going to say that. But you was doing a whole lot while you had that baby, and it's obvious. There's videos out there showing it as well. Case in point here. Shout out to Wink Unlocked. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. I mean, it just doesn't end. So it's like, this is why people feel like your story, Krishan, is a lot less credible, even though I do believe something happened. I'm still sticking by that because you lie so much. But that whole family lies. So she's just a part of the Malone lie. Okay? Now, Tasiki sort of brings up that fact, and I think Rock thought that Tasiki was trying to accuse Rock's baby, Krishan Jr., of being delayed because of Rock's drinking, which, let's keep it a buck, Rock. Let's say, because nobody knows for sure, even though a lot of people have, alluded to some things about the baby. Let's not act like if it is true that that's not a part of the reason why, because clearly you were doing that. So I think CPS gets brought up because Rock said that Tasiki was saying online that the baby was with CPS. Now that video, I don't remember it that way. Tasiki never said that baby is a CPS. She said she doesn't think that baby is, and she checked and the baby is good. Because Tasiki said she called AJ Tay now. She called Tay now, okay, to see if Krishan Jr. was a CPS and find out if she was or not. And Tay found out she wasn't. This is what made me side-eye Tasiki. Why are you reaching out to a friend of a family versus a family member to find out about your own sister's to find out about your own nephew? Why does it take for you to reach out to Tay to find out when you have family members that are in contact with Krishan and would know where Krishan Jr. is? This is why I say I side-eye Tasiki also, but also with Krishan, because you are not close or cool with that family. And why? Why did you have to bring Tay to the conversation, and Rock ended up bringing the sister, and now the sister is bashing Rock, but they're also cool with you. So how did it get there? It doesn't make sense to me, and I feel like it's very fishy. Also, the Tay had a slip of the tongue because as she was going off, because she got brought into the conversation, face blurred out, which I don't know why, because girl, we know that's Tay. Okay, Zeus is funny. They're gonna blow her face out like we don't know who that is. Why would y'all? Why would she say in the blurred out face conversation? She says, "All this time you never forgave her. Why bring it to TV?" To me, that was a little bit sort of an admission. That's just how I feel, because why would she have to forgive her if nothing happened? What is she forgiving her for? Exactly. And what is she bringing to TV if nothing happened? That to me was a slip of the tongue from the friend. That's how I feel. Because what are we forgiving if nothing happened? I'm not forgiving somebody if they never did nothing to me. All this time you never forgave her? What does that mean? I'm just saying. Now, Tasiki and her start talking and basically said, how could you have been around me if I was doing all these things to you and stuff like that? She sort of had a breakdown and walks out. Like I said, Rob made a good point about why couldn't she bring a family member, but they had to bring a friend. And then Tasiki ends up leaving, having a breakdown, starts crying to the baddies. This is where Rod lost me, because why did it take for Tasiki to leave for you to open your mouth? It's because you're scared of her. Rock didn't want to keep talking and keep saying certain things because she's scared of Tasiki. She's scared she would have knocked her head loose, and that's why she kept having that baby in her hand. Okay? But I didn't like the fact that she was saying stuff behind Tasiki back, because it's like that was the time for you to really open your mouth and talk about it, regardless if she would have hit you or not. Because bitch, Rock, you know how to run, because you could have cleared it. Okay? She would have probably hit you, but she would have got one good punch. You would have ran up out of there. You know Rock is fast. Okay. Now, Rock has started to talk about Tasiki. She's like, I'm content, Brad. I'm celebrating my new show, God's Plan, nigga. And Rock starts to do a lot of alluding. I didn't like the fact that she alluded something happened to that child, because now that leaves a stain on the child, and that child is probably going to hear about that when they grow up. Talking about Tasiki's son. And then also she brings up the fact that Tasiki was a stripper. And I'm like, yeah, of course she had to do what she had to do, allegedly, because she had to take care of y'all baby ass kids. Like, y'all, that to me was very ungrateful, because you can't be stripper shaming her and claiming that she was selling the punani at the cabaret when she was doing that to keep food on the table, because she was taking care of all these kids. Like, I don't feel like that was it Krishan's right to shame her about that, because she had to do what she had to do to make happen. So I'm not shaming her for that. Now, what I am shaming for Tasiki for is allegedly taking Chastity man. This is why I say that whole family has a lot of trauma, and it don't make a lot of sense to me, because the man that Tasiki y'all is with allegedly used to be Chastity's man, the sister that was there during the sit down. Now, a lot of people do not know about this, but the OG people that's been following Rock for a minute been know about this. This is why at one point Chastity and Tasiki were not speaking. This is why, to me, it's very weird that now that Chastity is team Tasiki. But if she took your man that you were with for a long period of time, and now that's her baby father and her quote unquote husband. That to me is very odd. I just do not ever have seen sisters do that. And then a lot of people wonder, oh, Pierre, how could you believe because of stuff like that? That y'all don't think that's a little weird? Although I think Krishan's a big liar, that to me is very odd for you to do something like that to your sister. So, in conclusion, I feel like something did happen, but it would happen when both of them were minors. And I feel like after a while, it stopped. And Rock threw it, which wasn't right, in her face at a time where she felt like she could embarrass her with it in a point of anger. So that way Tasiki's name could be tarnished, because she's jealous of Tasiki, because Tasiki has reached a level of fame and a height of fame that she didn't think she was going to reach. And she's a lot more talented than Krishan will ever be. And I think that bothers her. And I feel like Tasiki agreed to do this sit down to, one, clear her name, and to, two, potentially do some legal action if she did not refute them claims or apologize on camera. And I think now the sister is Team Tasiki, allegedly, because I feel like Tasiki now allegedly is taking care of her financially. So that in return has made Chastity Team Tasiki. Because before she wasn't Team Tasiki and it was, you stole my man. The whole situation is just odd. And that whole family, to me, I'm kind of sick of hearing about some of the stuff online between them because it's just sick and it's twisted. It's very twisted to me. Okay? Let me know what y'all think down below about that because y'all know that's a hot topic and commodity. Okay? So y'all, it's the next day from what it looks like. Freaking Natalie is there with her pink wig. She comes there and she's sitting down with Scotty, Diamond Body, Art of Jordan, and also Jane Alexis. Now, to me, I feel like Natalie still don't really like DTV like that, but she's just tolerating her because we have pushed her to be the most valuable baddie. So she has no option but to like Diamond because we like Diamond. And I'm telling you, that Scotty, she's a shady one. She says, "What character are we getting today?" Like, I'm telling you, like that Scotty is a shady baddie. Okay, what you know? Say she's a shady baddie. Like that Scotty is a shady baddie. Like you really gotta catch her in the stuff that she be saying because Scotty is very slick with her shade. All right, so Diamond is sitting there. Natalie's like, "Oh, you got a new chain. Wow." My whole thing is I've seen that chain a million times before. So like, what new chain? I could have sworn Diamond had that chain since Not as TV. So when did she just all of a sudden get a new chain? Like that threw me off a little bit because I could have sworn she had that chain for a little bit, but that's besides the point. She sort of like dangles the baddie's chain over Diamond's head like a carrot. Girl, I wouldn't even want the chain at that point. They would have gave it to me and I would have broke it in two pieces. Cause bitch, screw you. You feel me? Like, don't be trying to hold things over my head as if I'm like some puppy dog trying to make it seem like I need the chain. Like I don't need the chain. You feel me? Like I don't know. Like that little rubbed me a little bit the wrong way if I was Diamond Body. Like, cause I'm not a charity case. Natalie's like, so I guess Tasiki's not the only one that's collecting teeth around here. Jaden, how you doing? Now, if y'all don't know what she's alluding to, Jaden had pulled up one time on Rock at Blueface's mansion when they had just first was like starting to get together, whatever, and Rock was gonna get jumped by Jane and Alexis, so she started running around the house to get away from Jaden and her group of goons. Mind y'all, one of the goons that she brought was Callyway. Y'all ain't know that, did you? It was Callyway. So Krishan was running. She getting away from Jaden, and she boom! She hit her face on a ceramic horse and it knocked her tooth out. And that's how Krishan's tooth was knocked out. So Jaden didn't technically do it, but she sort of did it. You know what I'm saying? Like she caused it. All right. Apparently at the reunion, when Diamond Body's teeth got knocked out, it fell right into Natalie's lap and she put it in her Fendi boot. Bitch, you're nasty. Like, I know it's a key and all, but I don't want to touch nobody's tooth and smell it. That's so the smell of people's mouth, like ew. But Natalie found it to be a big ass key that she got the tooth stuff or whatever. So they sort of bring up Rolly, and that's where Diamond started to get mad because she felt like she wasn't talking about her son. She starts to kind of get up because Scotty's like, "Why would you do that? Like, are you scared? Like, what? Are you scared or something?" Because Natalie was like, "Oh, she's coming and she wants to fade." So Diamond is like, "No, we're gonna do it at the house. We're not gonna do it here. We're gonna do it at the house." Because I guess she didn't have like a change of clothes or something like that. So she was sort of like, "What's going on? When is she popping out? Because I don't got my tennis shoes on." Y'all gotta understand, she just had her tooth knocked out. This is fresh off the reunion, no mouth guard in sight. I understood why Diamond acted the way that she did because at the end of the day, she's not gonna be caught lacking again. And I think that was Diamond's biggest thing this season is to not be caught lacking. Thank God she brought that mouth guard. So in the meantime, in between time, we got Rolly and the other girls, House B plus Rolly and Jayla. They start talking about some of the newer girls. Anna Max said when they dropped the cast, she clicked Summer's name and she found out the bitch was blocked. That'd be the biggest gag when you don't remember either blocking somebody or you find out that you've been blocked by somebody and you click their name and you see no post available, they'll have anybody in a tizzy. So she felt like the newer girls coming in, they're coming in with like an agenda because they're going to be trying to do their biggest one on the girls and stuff, right? Next thing you know, we see that they start talking about Dolly, and she Animat feels like Dolly was cutting people. I hate how they make it seem like Dolly just came in there with a switchblade, word the razor blade. It was just like not too much, okay? She ended up cutting someone, not on purpose, but please don't act like she just had a blade. Like she the new blade. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because Jalen was like, cutting, like she had a switchblade in her pocket or something. Like, anyways, so we see, you know, Tasiki start to get sort of emotional about the whole conversation, which really felt like she could relate to because she felt like she's always being like used and people treat her like crap. I think that's why Rolly, I feel like, lashes the way that she does when somebody close to her betrays her, because I feel like she goes above and beyond to give to them. And when they sort of like talk crap about her, she throws it back in their face because she doesn't want to feel that she's been used. So it sort of made sense why she started breaking down the way that she was. Then Tika, y'all, pulls up to the OG girls. Let me tell y'all, Tika is so ghetto and bangy. She gonna get out the car. She gonna say, She pull out the car like that. I'm like, bitch, where are you going? Okay. You would have thought she was going to a 90s Freaknik party. She's smoking her vape. She that bitch is like, y'all talk about Diamond as the character. I feel like Tika's more of a character than Diamond. I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody say. Like, Tika, I feel like is more of a character. Like, I don't feel like she just be like that, like 24/7. Like, she really puts it on for the camera. Like, she does like the utmost. So apparently, y'all, she has used her baddie funds to put her kids into private school. Not gonna lie, this made me happy. Like, at least if you're gonna go on a show like this, you're gonna make your kids' life better and use the money for good. Like, you're not using money for BBL. You're not using the money, you know, to get some titties. Like, you're using it to actually fund your children's life and get them like a higher and a more well-rounded education. Like, I'm not mad at it. So congrats to you, bitch. Like, shoot. Hey. She come and start rapping baddie party. This is not a baddie party. You are naughty party. Bitch is getting started. Go take care of your kids. Don't play with me. Get started. Okay, all the girls are like, ooh. Because that lyric sort of pertains to Rolly. And she didn't even know that. That kind of was a kid. I'm gonna lie. That was cute. Because they was just talking about that. And then next thing you know, she say the lyric, to be honest. So that was real cute. So she's like, my kids are in private school. You hear me? Okay. So they all sort of like mingling around and then waiting for the other girls to sort of pull up. First of all, this is some of the most best pull-ups I've seen. Pull up! Okay, pull up! Pull up! This was some of the best pull-ups I've seen on Baddies history. Like, them getting out the trucks with all them smokes and everything like that. Like, that was sickening, okay? Shout out to Zeus for that. Child, Diamond come out that car. She picking out her wedgie. Okay, she got the coochie cutters on, you know, them big ass coochie cutters. Okay, with her pink shirt, Diamond dolls on, ready to fight Rolly with a swim cap on. Diamond came suited and booted this season. You couldn't tell her nothing. She had the mouth guard. Okay, she had the swim cap. She probably had a couple rings on her hand. The bitch came ready for battle. Okay, she came ready for war because she knows that the girlies was on her head this season, and she had no choice but to come through to be able to see what it did. All right. Now that first round, the moment she walked in and Rolly came at her, I feel like she got that. I feel like she got the first round. That's my opinion. Okay. I feel like a lot of the girls underestimated Diamond because of what happened with Tasiki, but Tasiki's a whole different animal. Also in this episode, Diamond says she don't want a round two with Tasiki. Good idea. Very good idea. Because I don't think you should get a second round with her either. So shout out to you, Diamond, for being smart and thinking, you know, with your brain and not with your fists, because it wouldn't have worked out. Okay. The episode sort of ends off with the second round with with Rolly and DTB, and it sort of ends up cutting off there. That confessional look with the Jordans, that's cute as hell too. And also in this episode, Anna Mac and Biggie. What made y'all think it would have been okay for y'all to have that sit down with Krishan and Tasiki there? Like, y'all know that would have ended up in a brawl, right? In Anna Mac, you probably would have ended up with a black eye. So I don't think that would have been a good idea. I feel like they wanted the jumper. That's just how I feel. Let me know what y'all think down below about this whole situation. Like I said, this is a long recap because this was a long 2 episodes, okay? I'm glad that they did it that way though, right? Let me know what y'all think down below, and we're out, babies.
No personal thing.